See? They cut. Oh, come on, man. There. I keep missing my mark. Here, let's try that again. Ta-da! Greetings. Well, I'm glad to be here today. I had a rough couple of days, couldn't really speak clearly, but that's besides the point. Today I want to talk about two things real quick. I had planned on making a knife as a prize for an upcoming knife throwing competition, but look what happened. It's broke in half, and I'll tell you what happened. Alright, I hammered this from 1.5 inches of round stock, which is really a torsion bar. I hammered it down to 1/4 inch, and that puts a lot of stress on the steel. When I went to heat treat it, I hadn't normalized it enough, which means I didn't take it up to critical temp, which is non-magnetic, and then let it drift back down to room temperature enough times. I only did it twice, and I didn't do it well, apparently, because it broke right at the center of balance. This is where a large part of the shaping happened, because I hammered the indent to it and everything. But anyway, so when I went to harden it, I took it to the non-magnetic, I held it for 5 minutes, then I dipped it in 110-degree oil, and I had a little crack right there, and I couldn't see that crack until after I tempered it at 550 degrees in my oven. And then when I started sanding everything, I saw that crack, and I decided I was going to throw it, and first throw, bang, it sticks, and the handle gets wobbly. So that was a pretty substantial crack. Now, that's besides the point. What we're really here to discuss is this crowbar knife. It's been, I don't know, 5-6 days, and it finally needs sharpening. Well, it's sharp enough to cut meat, and it's sharp enough to chop vegetables, but it's not sharp enough to cut paper. See, that's a rip. That's a rip. That's not actually slicing the paper. See, what I need to do is slice the paper. So let's see how much it actually did before then. If you follow me on Facebook, I put out a video, or put out an experiment that I was going to do. I was going to see how long it holds an edge, because I caught a lot of shit for this. And I don't think it's that bad of a steel. I can't sell this now or give it away, because I've washed it so many times the handle is starting to come up. The grain on the wood is starting to come up, so I need to redo all that. But I mean, it's really well used now. But anyway, so let's see here. For my experiment, I wanted to see what everyday activities I was going to use this knife, and only this knife, for everything I need for a knife for, and see how long the edge lasts. So first things first, let's see what we got here. I cut 100 pieces of note paper, which is basically taking a piece of paper like this and then sliding the knife down it. I mean, it'll crease the paper, no problem, right now. But before, it was cut in pieces, nice square pieces, no effort whatsoever. So I cut 100 pieces of note paper. I sharpened, looks like 6 or 7 pencils, which is no big deal, right? It'll still sharpen pencils. What I do is I also shave wood for my forge to get to start. So I take a log and just shave off pieces of it, and I use that for kindling to start the flame, and then catch bigger pieces, bigger chunks of tinder. Or I use the shaves for tinder, and I cut bigger chunks of kindling, and I use this knife for that. And that was all on the first day, and that was enough to take the shaving edge off of this. I mean, it wasn't really shaving sharp, but it would still cut hair on my arm. It stopped doing that after the first day. Not surprising. The next day I sharpened pencils. I did the same thing. I forged again. It chopped a couple onions, 2 onions, a sliced sausage. You open a box. I processed a pound of chicken thighs. What I mean by that is I took all the meat off the bone and took the skin off and cut the fight off, and I cut it into 1/4-inch slices for, I can't remember what I was making at the time. And I sliced and cored 2 apples. Yeah, I also, so every day it looks like I sharpened a pencil, or got my forge ready to be lit, the forge lighting prep. I mean, it's always the same thing. So I've done that for 5 days now, or 6 days. No, 5 days, because day 5 I was too sick to do anything. So it cut open a couple of packages. I processed on Super Bowl Sunday. I processed 5 pounds of chicken, and a whole chicken at that. Which, let me tell you, this knife sucks for kitchen prep. Oh my word, the blade's just way too small. It's only like maybe 2 inches, 2.5. So trying to process meat with it is one thing, but when you have to slice peppers and carrots and celery and onions and blocks of cheese, oh my god, I hated this knife. By like 12 o'clock on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, I was going to throw this out. It pisses me off so much. But it's not the knife's fault that I took on a challenge. And yesterday I was doing more carrots. When I cut carrots, it goes like that on the cutting board, and I think that was what finally did it, because this knife is no longer sharp. So it held up for, common, what I would use for a knife for every day for, 5 days, realistically. Now, before I sharpen it, I'm going to try just stropping it. This is my regular old stropping block. And I'm just going to do this for a couple of minutes. This has no compound in it because I use it for my carving knives too. All I want to do is see if I can get that edge to come back just a little bit. You can use denim. I just use leather because this is what I have. And it works pretty well for my kitchen knives anyway. Let's see here. Let's see if we can cut a corner off. There we go. Brought it right back. I can't pull it off the board. There we go. Let's see if it will slice. Yeah, it's still ripping, but it's a straighter rip. Nah, I don't know. Yeah, it definitely needs a sharpen. I mean, it'll still rip it in a straight line, but at least now it's cutting, slicing the corner, so I can continue making note paper for me. So anyway, there you have it. I think it's okay. Would I sell this? Yes, I would sell this, but not this one in particular. I would sell this steel. I think it's good. I think it'll work for the majority of people that need a knife, that want just a plain Jane work knife. I think this would be fine. So there you have it. It's not anything more than just plain Jane work knife, and it's not going to hold up forever, but it didn't hold up too bad for a week, or 5 days, a work week. And all I had to do was strap it a few times and it's cutting paper again. Anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully when I come back I'll have something else to show you that's a little bit more interesting. Talk to you later.